Hi guys, I hope you are doing well. In today's session, we are going to discuss about Pandas conditional formatting and styling. So using conditional formatting to highlight important data in the data frame, this can help clients or stakeholder to quickly identify areas of interest. So Pandas data frame formatting allows for customization of the data presentation. All right. So overall, formatting Pandas data frame can help to present data in more visually appealing and understandable format. All right. So I would like to provide you multiple examples of how to customize and format Pandas data frame using styling and formatting technique in order to give you a more details understanding of how to work with present data effectively. And guys, I want to apply formatting like this. Okay, so you can see here I have put a lot of images. In the same way, I want to design my Pandas data frame. All right, so let's go to the Jupyter notebook. So guys, first of all, you have to import these library pandas, numpy, seaborn, and warnings. All right. So guys, in case if you are getting any kind of warning, so using this line of statement, you can ignore those warning. All right. So first of all, let's say I want to read the data. So pd.read excel and here superstore.xls. Okay, guys. And here I'm going to define number of rows. I want only the 50 rows. So df.head. So these are the columns or these are the data points I have in this particular data frame. All right. Now, based on this data frame, guys, I want to create the pivot tables. Okay. So I want to format my pivot table as well. And I will be format also this data frame as well. Okay. So what I'm doing here, let me create the pivot tables. So pd.pivot tables. And here I want my entire data set, which is df. And in the index, let's say I want to choose reason and segment. All right. And then I want values equal to, let's say, sales and profit. And here the aggregate function, I want, let's say, sum. If I want to show you the data, so this is the data set, guys, I have. All right. So let's say I want to format these number from the profit column and from the sales column. So what can I do here? I am writing, I want the format numbers. Okay, so guys, what I'm doing here, let's say pivot dot style and format after decimal, right, guys? I want only the 2 points. And in case if you are getting any missing value, okay, so right now I am not getting any missing value. In case your data set contain any missing value, or you can replace that missing value by your own value, right? So as of now, I am supplying 0. And here the separators, let's say I'm supplying here 1000 separator is a comma. So you can see here. All right. And similarly, from the sales column and profit column, I want to add the dollar. Okay. So $39.76 and so on and so forth. Okay. So what can I do here? Pivot dot style dot format. And here, guys, I'm passing the sales. So this is the dollar sign 0. So guys, this is the particular format you have to keep in mind. Okay, or let me do the same thing for profit also. Okay, so for the same thing also we have to perform for profit also. Simple. Now let me run this so you can see here. Okay, in case you want decimal point as well, so you can supply here, let's say 2, and here also 2. Simple. Now guys, what I want, let's say I want to set data frame background colors based on numbers. Okay, so let me create some synthetic number. So number equal to pd dot data frame. All right, and I'm going to create a number column. So here, let's say simple. Okay, so this is my number. Make sense? So number dot style dot background gradient, and guys, here I want cmap equal to, let's say, red, yellow, and green. So look at this. So the style background and gradient, okay, this method is used to apply a color gradient to the cells of the data frame. So guys, here we are using cmap parameter, okay, so which is used to specify the color map or use this gradient. Okay, so what do you mean by the red, yellow, and green? So you can see here the first few values in the form of green and some middle value in the form of yellow color, and your last value from this column, the red color, right? So guys, this resulting data frame values is being color based on according to their values. All right. So guys, using this mechanism, right, we can easily identify the values based on the colors. All right. So this can helpful when presenting data to stakeholder or clients or who may not have a strong background in data analysis. All right. Now let me give you more example based on the pivot dataset. So let me print my pivot dataset. So I am going to create a function. Based on that function, I want to highlight profit and sales. Okay. So look at this, what I'm doing here. So DEF, I'm going to create a user defined function. The function name is highlight sales. Okay. So I am getting any values here. So if you are providing any value based on that, let's say I am going to coloring my values. So if value is greater than 20,000 and your value is less than, let's say, is 2 lakh. All right. So I want, let's say, color is blue. Else I want color equal to purple. Okay. So you can choose any specific color in case you want. So return and simple color, simple. All right. So I have created this function. Now what I want, pivot condition equal to pivot dot style, and we have apply map, and here I am going to calling my function. Now simple pivot dot condition. So guys, you can see here. Okay, so right now let's say all the value is showing in the form of purple. Okay, so let me change the range. All right, so let's say it's a 1500 and here 3000. Okay, now let me run this. So guys, look at this, just like a conditional formatting in Microsoft Excel. All right. So here, in case your value is between 1500 to 3000, then your values color will be in the form of blue. Otherwise, your values will be in the form of purple color. Okay. So this is the very interesting. Similarly, let's say in case you want to format these profit and sales in the form of dollar format as we have done, right? So this one, right? So how you can do that? So guys, here also you can apply another condition. Let's say dot format, simple, like this. All right, guys. So guys, this is very interesting, right? So I hope you understood this example in details. Okay. So similarly, if I want to highlight, guys, your maximum value or your minimum value from these two columns, so simple highlight max and min values. Okay, so simple. What we can do here, pivot dot style dot highlight max. All right, so I want to supply, let's say color is green, and similarly dot highlight, let's say min or color equal to red, guys. Simple. So you can see here. All right. And guys, one more thing. Let's say in case you are finding some null values in the data set. Okay. So null value means, let's say, let me create a new data frame. Let's say df1 equal to pd dot data frame. Simple. So in case you want to highlight your missing value, okay, so how you can highlight? Dot, or you can use here style dot highlight null. And guys, you can supply your color is, let's say, blue. So you can also highlight your missing value in case you want. So guys, in case you have numerical column or quantitative column in your data set, so you can easily highlight or visualize your data based on some rules and guidelines. All right. So here I am using df.head.style.bar. So I am using here color equal to Shan, and I am taking, subset of the data set. So simple subset equal to, guys, I want only the sales and profit. Okay. align equal to left. So now let me run this. So left is not defined. All right. So guys, you can see here. Okay. So this is the 261. Okay. So this is the cyan color. Your value is big. So it is going to capture your more color. In case your value is 957, right? So the big value from this df.hat. So it is going to occupy more color. And this is your lower value, right? So you will not able to see any color here. Similarly in the profit also. Okay. So in case you want to, set as a, let's say right. So you can do for right as well. All right. So you can, in case you want to set as a center, so you can use here the mid. All right. And one more thing, let's say pivot dot style and the background gradient. And again, guys, here I am using here the cmap. And here I am going to supply oranges. Okay. So orange color I want to give you. So guys, look at this. So guys, this is very easy to highlight these two columns or any numerical column using this approach. In case your number is big, so is the dark color. Okay, in case your value is low, so similarly this color will be changed slightly. All right. One more thing, in case guys, I want to highlight only the sales column, then how can I do that? So simple, let me copy this line of statement. And here I am using subset, okay, equal to sales column. Simple. Okay, so in case you are going to target any specific column, so you can use here the subset parameter. Okay. Now guys, how you can visualize your data frame based on the hover. Okay, so in case you are getting any hover, your data should be visualized and your font of the data set should be also changed. Okay, so how we can apply this kind of mechanism? Okay, so hover on the data set. So guys, I am going to create a very simple function. The function name is a hover, and here I am going to provide here the hover color. Okay, so you can supply any hexadecimal color. Okay, so in case you want to supply any hexadecimal color, so simple, you can go to the more color in Excel and you can choose any specific color, guys. Any specific color you can choose. Okay, let's say this one. So let me copy this hexadecimal color and let me paste here. All right. Now what I want, return. So guys, let's say selector here. Okay, so just HTML and CSS I am writing here. So tr and hover, and I'm using here the props. Okay, that's fine if you are not aware about the CSS and HTML. Okay, so simple. Let's say this is the very simple code, background and color, and simple you can supply the hover color. Okay, simple. And guys, if I'm using here styles, so in the style, let's say I'm going to create a list. In this list, I'm going to call my function. And here again, selector and th and props. So guys, what I want, let's say font size. Okay, so I want to increase the font size as well. All right. So how can I increase? So let's say I want 150%. And guys, text align. I want to align my text as well. Okay, maybe left, center, and whatever, right? So here I'm using center. Simple. And now I'm going to apply this mechanism on my pivot dataset. So simple, guys, styled pivot table, or let's say simple table, equal to pivot dot style. And guys, here I'm using set table style. Okay, set table style. And here I'm going to call this variable styles dot. And guys, I'm going to set the caption as well. Okay, so I'll explain what do you mean by this. So hover to highlight. Simple. All right, and it's done. Now let me print my styled table. So guys, as I told you, your font has been changed and your format is also changed. So I have written here the set caption. So I am getting here the hover to highlight. So in case you will do the hover on this data set, look at this, guys. Simple. Okay, so this is, guys, very interesting. So whomsoever will apply any hover on the data set, your data set will be highlighted automatically. Okay, so this is the Python block of code that set the background color and the font color properties for pandas pivot table using set properties method. Okay, and this set property method takes keyword argument that specify the CSS property to apply to the tables. All right, guys, in this case, the background color property is set to white. Look at this. Okay, and the color property is set to whatever the color I have chosen here. But guys, remember, applying a background gradient to the pivot table can be useful for visualizing pattern or trend in the data set. Okay, so in case you want to highlight some of the portion, so you can use these concepts. So for an example, if the pivot table represent sales data for different products and reason, so applying a background gradient can help highlight which products or reason have higher or lower sales value. Okay, so this can make it easier to identify areas of improvement based on your data set. So guys, I hope you understood this particular mechanism, okay, what I did here. All right, now let's say, let me give another example. So for an example, let's say if you are going to highlight your data, okay, maybe let's say again I'm using here the cmap, and here you. Okay, so purple to blue. So look at this. So if I want to export this data set, okay, in the form of Excel, okay, so we'll see, let's say what will happen. So df dot style and background gradient may cmap equal to purple to blue. All right, and here to Excel, and let's say example dot Excel sx, and I don't want index, guys, so simple false. So we are getting some exception, invalid. Okay, let me run this. It is great. And here I don't want entire data set, so I want only the head. To Excel, simple, guys. Okay, so now let me show you the data set. So guys, look at this. Okay, so in case you are going to apply the any conditional formatting on pandas data frame, so the same formatting you can export in the form of Excel. All right, and guys, let me give you a couple of examples. Right now, let's say I have created the data set based on purple to blue. So if you want to apply the seaborn, with the help of seaborn also, you can visualize your data set in more appealing way. So here I'm going to create a cmap equal to seaborn, so light palette, and here I want to use, let's say, gold as cmap equal to true. So now look at this, cm. Okay, so the same formatting, right? If you want to apply on your pivot tables or maybe on your data set, so simple, you can do that. So background gradient, here the cmap equal to your variable name. So that's how you can visualize your data set, guys. Make sense? Okay, now the next thing is how to add thick border on pandas data frame or maybe in pivot tables. Okay, so simple, pivot dot style dot set table style, guys, and here again I am using the CSS. All right, so simple, guys, selector, and I'm not keeping any value here, and props. I'll explain, guys, what do you mean by this line. And here, guys, I want border, let's say 5 px, okay, 5 pixels, and I want solid orange color. Simple. So guys, you can see here. Okay, so guys, what is happening here? the set table style method, right? Take a list of dictionary as an argument, where each dictionary specify the styling property for a specific CSS selector. Okay. In this case, the selector is empty. So what do you mean by the empty string? So guys, which means that the styling properties apply to the entire table. 5px means 5 pixel wide with orange color. Okay. So in case you want blue, so simple you can go with the any specific color if you want to choose. All right. Now guys, similarly, how to add border on entire data frame. Okay. So look at this. So here what I'm doing, df dot head. Okay. Style dot set properties. So border, and again here I'm using 1 pixel. Okay, solid green, and guys I am using here the color, let's say for an example magenta. Okay, now let me run this. So guys, you can see here. Okay, so using this approach, you can highlight or you can do the borders on your entire data set. All right, so this is very interesting, guys. So simple, let's say df dot style. Okay, or let me take guys again some head, style dot bar, and guys here I'm using the subset parameter. So right now I want to apply only the sales. Okay, and here I'm using some hexa color. All right, so simple, and again bar, and guys again I'm using here the subset for profit, for profit, and again guys I'm using here the color equal to, let's say orange, orange. All right, and I'm using set precision. Set precision is 2, and guys I don't want my index from the data frame, so hide index. All right, and then dot set table, and again style guys, so simple selector and td, and let's say props. So guys I'm using here the border 1 pixel, solid blue. Simple. Okay, now let me run this. So guys, you can see here. All right, so this is very interesting. Right now I am using here the td tag. Okay, so if I am choosing here for headers, so look at this. So right now for headers also, in case if I want only for rows, so look at this. Right now this is for only for rows. Okay, so guys, this is very interesting to play with your data frame formatting and style. Now the next question is using the styling and formatting. Okay, how to hide the specific column. So guys, for an example, let's say I don't want to delete any column from the data set. I want to hide some specific column from the data frame. So how can I do that? So df.head, from this data set, I want to hide some specific column, let's say order ID, comma, I want to hide, let's say guys, subcategory. Okay, and you have to specify your axis equal to columns. So guys, look at this. Okay, so order ID has gone and subcategory is also gone from this data set. All right, so guys, this is very interesting. Similarly, in case you want to hide some specific row, okay, so you can hide the some specific row. So let's say hide specific row and column from pivot. So how you can do that? So let's say this is your pivot. So what I'm doing here, I don't want to keep the data for central and west. So pivot dot style dot hide, and guys here simple central and here west. All right. So by default, you know very well axis equal to row. So guys, this is very interesting to hide a specific rows and column from normal data frame and from pivot as well. Okay. And guys, at the end, let's say one more example. So the example is based on, let's say, set the hover color. Okay. And change the background of headers and index of data frame. Okay. So guys, how you can, highlight only the headers or the index. Okay. Take this function again. Okay. So let me modify this. So simple guys, cell hover, selector here and background color. So you can specify guys any specific color, let's say simple. And guys, I'm going to write for the index names. So again, selector for guys index name and props. So font style, guys, I want, let's say, italic. All right, italic I want. And guys, blue and font weight, which is normal. All right, just like a CSS. And guys, for the headers also. Okay, so this is the cell hover and this is for index name. And now I am going to create for headers as well. Now let me run this. And now how we can apply these three dictionary, or you can say that CSS selector. Okay, so df dot style. Let me take the head again, guys. Head dot set table styles. Okay, so simple. First of all, cell hover and then index names and then headers. So guys, look at this. Okay, cell hover is not working. Okay, so this is for TD, right? All right. So guys, look at this. Okay, so you can see here. So, or maybe you can, hard code it for an example, let's say orange. So look at this. Okay, so when you will apply your hover, your corresponding row cell will be visualized. All right, and you can see here your headers and your index is also, formatted in this color. So guys, this is very interesting. So guys, using these technique, you can improve readability of your Pandas data frame and you can make the data more readable for clients or stakeholders. Okay. For an example, by applying conditional formatting in color, you can highlight specific data points or trends that clients or a stakeholder may be interested in. Okay. So guys, I hope you really enjoyed in this session. Do the practice of this session. And in case if you are facing any kind of difficulty to apply any kind of mechanism, please let me know in the comment box. All right. So for now, thanks for watching and have a great day.